Hey, everybody. First of all, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. A little bit about me. Most of you may know me, some of you may not. My name is Stacey Wisniewski. I'm the founder and Chief AI Strategist of WIZ Advisors AI. I've spent most of my career on the revenue side, whether it's strategy, marketing, digital marketing, and then most recently, AI and how AI can help revenue teams. AEO is a subject that is extremely important. I have seen firsthand how companies optimizing for AEO are seeing really great results. The companies that are succeeding now started about 6 months ago, and those results are far better than the results that they've seen from even organic traffic, which can be the highest conversion rate. So, with that said, three things that I'll leave you with today are first, number one, why I feel like AEO is so important and what the statistics look like today. Number two, how do you build a strategy around it? What goes into that strategy? And just some best practices that you can take home. And then finally, how do you execute a 90-day plan? Whether it's 90 to 180, depending on how big your company is, whether it's you doing it yourself, it does require effort. But if you start now, like I said, you'll start seeing results. So I'm going to put this into a full view. Great. All right. So let's get started. Okay. So for today's agenda, the first thing we're going to talk about is understanding the AI driven buyer's journey and how AI has condensed what used to be a week-long, month-long process that buyers go through on the B2B side and turning it into a single conversation. The second one, we're going to talk about mastering AI visibility, your strategy, and how the content that you have plays into that. I think in frameworks, because I'm a strategist, I'll give you a citation framework that I use and that I use with my clients that you can use to make sure that you check the boxes on how you're looking at your strategy. And then finally, how do you build a roadmap to get you from zero to showing up? All right. So part one, how AI search is compressing the buyer's journey. First thing to note, and this is what I said initially, is that the old buyer journey used to take weeks, sometimes months. What would happen would be a problem would arise with your potential buyer. They would recognize a need or an issue. They would go on Google. They would type something out. They would search through it. Your name would pop up if we're doing Google ads or organically, if you had content on your website. They would have all these links, and I'm probably not telling you guys anything you don't already know. You'd see all the links, right? And obviously you want to be on the first page. They would look at who's on the first page. They would click a few links. They would read the content, download the resources. This might take, like I said, several weeks. Finally, they would create a short list of vendors, and then eventually they would reach out. Now, because of LLMs and AI search, what's happening is same problem, buyer recognizes a challenge or need. They go to ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity, even Google with Google overviews, and they prompt it. These prompts are different than when you looked at Google ads. In Google ads, you would purchase keywords, and they were typically 1, 2, 3 keywords at a time that would point someone to content that you had or a service that you were selling. Different in ChatGPT, Claude, and Perplexity because it's a sentence. People aren't just going in there and typing AI consultant in Florida. They're literally asking, who is an AI consultant in Florida that has expertise in helping sales and marketing organizations implement AI? Something like that, right? So that's how that differs. AI will go out there, it'll go to trusted sources, and it'll come back with a few examples. And we'll talk about the difference between a citation and a recommendation. But a citation is they're asking, what is something? How do I do something? What is answer engine optimization? Things like that. And you are one of the people that is cited because you have content that answers that question and you're trusted by AI versus who is an AI consultant in Florida. That is a recommendation. And instead of you having to go to Google and determine who you think is good, they're finding who's good and giving you 3 people, right? So this journey has now compressed from weeks into a single conversation. So AI search is collapsing the marketing funnel. If you're a marketer, there's this traditional funnel of top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel. Top of funnel means you're just educating. You're out there educating the buyer. Middle of funnel means the buyer's considering different options, and you may be one of them. Bottom of funnel means they've picked you and maybe a couple other people, and now they're comparing you. That is how we used to create content. Now, buyers are skipping the whole research phase entirely because they're talking to AI, and they're arriving at your website and they already trust you because AI told them, right? So now your job is, how do I be the brand that AI trusts? Why does it matter? Why do I want you guys to learn how to show up in AI answers? And that's because 94% of B2B buyers, 94% are using LLMs in their purchase decisions. In some form or fashion, they're using an LLM when they're looking at research, okay? 36%. So HubSpot did a ton of research this year. And one of the things that they found was buyers who come to your website, or potential prospects who come to your website or come to your store on Amazon or whatever it is, are 36% more likely to purchase than buyers who didn't. And why is that? Because you already have credibility, because they found out from AI that they should trust you. So you've got that. And then two big ones that I think matter to everyone is organizations optimizing for AI search are seeing 170% more marketing qualified leads. So more leads that they're able to bring into their database and nurture, and 82% more deals. These are really great numbers, guys. Some of my clients have said to me, only 5% of people are coming to my website with AI. That may be true, but those people are 3 times as likely to convert. And when I say convert, I don't mean most likely to purchase, any type of conversion, right? It can be signing up to get your ebook. It can be whatever, but they're coming. So now you know who they are, and now you can nurture them. And that's a big deal. So even though it's a small number right now, that number is growing 5%, maybe 20% in 2027. But it's important to start now, because those are the people that are more likely purchase your services. There are challenges with AEO, and I'm going to share with you some of the biggest ones and how you can fix them. Okay. When you're talking about B2B services, what's a big challenge for AEO? Number one, how do you make your expertise recommendable? How can you let AI know you should recommend me? One thing you can do on your website, which is pretty easy, is to set up industry pages, because people tend to be very specific and coming from a specific industry. The second thing you could do is outcome-led case studies. Let me address the third one, because a lot of people say, I want to do case studies, but I can't put this client on my website. They won't let me. I've asked them and they said, no. You guys, B2B buyers know this. And I know because I've been in marketing for decades. That's okay. Say what industry they're in. Say what their problem is, what the results were. If you can't be specific about results, use percentages. But this is how AI says, oh, okay, she knows what she's talking about because she's got outcome-led case studies. Third, and really important, is third-party reputation. So now it's more important for you to be not just on your website, but on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on Reddit. These are all communities where you can be recommended. Now let's talk about the product side. So 96% of B2B companies are invisible in early AI discovery. That's because it's the same people that are being recommended. So if I go on AI and I say, who's being recommended for AI revenue consulting, it'll pull up McKinsey, it'll pull up IBM. These may not be the types of the places that a small business might want. So if I can be specific for small businesses that need help with their AI sales and marketing, the more specific you can get, the more you aren't competing against these big guys. It's called the blue ocean strategy, basically creating your own lane. And that's what we want to do for you in AI search. Second challenge for B2B product businesses, you want to make sure that anytime you're out there on the internet, there's one source of truth. Use your website as your one source of truth about who you are, what you do, how you serve, what your products are, and then make sure that wherever else you are on the internet, it's using that same verbiage. Then finally, the negative about AI search and Google overviews is that you're getting less people coming to your website because now they don't have to click to learn. They can talk to ChatGPT or Google overviews. So it's important that as you're talking to your leadership, or if you are the leadership, that you're looking at different metrics. You're not just looking at how many people are coming to my website, because that number is going to be going down. It's how many times am I cited? If you're using Google Analytics, it'll say traffic sources, then referrals. Then you can look in the referral to see if it was a referral from ChatGPT. Creating your marketing strategy. This is part 2 of what we're going to talk about today. Being cited versus being recommended. These are 2 completely different outcomes. You want to be cited and you want to be recommended. So what's the difference and how do you create a strategy for each one? Number 1, citation. Let's start there. This is where your content is being used as a source. It's where you're building awareness by being an expert in what you do. So example prompt. What is answer engine optimization? How do I build a strategy to be cited on ChatGPT? It's like the hows, the what is, the best practices, all of that kind of stuff. That is a citation. And that is one aspect of AI visibility. Okay. An example response for what is an answer engine optimization might be something like, according to WIZ Advisors, answer engine optimization is a practice of making content easier for AI systems to retrieve, understand, trust, and cite or recommend. So that's a citation. The citation supports thought leadership. This is getting you credible by being someone who understands the niche, the products, the services that the buyer is looking for. They need to be educated, and you have a guide or you have best practices or whatever. It's content on your website that Google can cite and so can ChatGPT. And it will help if you're also talking about it on LinkedIn, you're also talking about it on YouTube with video, right? One thing I forgot to share, when AI looks at LinkedIn, they pull 75% of their citations from individuals and not companies. This helps a lot if you're a founder or executive. They're pulling stuff directly from you instead of your company's posts. So just a note there. I tend to publish on both, but I publish a lot more on my Stacey Wisniewski on LinkedIn. The outcome is building credibility and trust. That's a citation. An AI recommendation is your company is suggested by AI as a solution. For example, based on their expertise in AI revenue strategy, proprietary frameworks, client implementation success, you should consider WIZ Advisors AI. And they'll probably have you and a couple other people, right? That's a recommendation. That is driving your pipeline directly. So the example prompt there would be, who's the best AI revenue consulting firm for B2B companies? And then I just gave you the response. That supports demand generation, actually bringing people into your funnel and creating a deal. Now the outcome is you're in the conversation. You're in the buyer conversation. They're not just trying to educate themselves. They need a solution. That's a recommendation. This is a chain. All right. So you've got your citations. They build trust with AI. That trust then turns into recommendations. And those recommendations then create pipeline. So what you need to know is that every piece of AI visible content that you publish is an investment in this chain. It's an investment in your pipeline. Citations are top of the funnel, like we talked about. Top of the funnel, education, thought leadership. Recommendations are the conversion event. They've bypassed the top of the funnel and the middle of the funnel. Now they're at the bottom of the funnel. They want someone, and AI recommends you, and you get somebody reaching out to you directly. Most companies are only optimizing for citations. They're not optimizing for the pipeline piece. You can do that. And we'll talk about how you guys do that. But first, I'm a framework woman. I think it's easier for people to understand and remember things when they see frameworks. This is a framework I put together called the AI Authority Staircase. It's taking content and it's saying, how does my content turn into revenue for me through AI search? And this is how it does it. First, you're going to think about what are the questions my potential customers are asking on AI, and how do I build answer first content? Meaning, how do I answer their questions in a useful manner? When you're doing blogs, guys, turn headings in your content into questions, then answer them. AI loves that. You are making it easier for AI to cite you. Content becomes citations. How do citations become trust? That's just repeated citations. When AI repeatedly cites you, and you're also mentioned on third-party sites, your brand is establishing trust. Trust then turns into recommendations. As your authority grows, AI becomes more confident in you. That generates pipeline. So now AI is confident in you. AI is recommending you. Now these people, we call them high intent buyers. They're buyers that really want to buy. They're ready. They're actively researching solutions, and you're being recommended as one of them. And now that you're being recommended as one of them, they're reaching out to you. They're in your opportunity pipeline and they turn into your revenue. So that's how the AI Authority Staircase works. It's helpful for me to see, because I can tell you guys your content's going to turn into revenue, and you're like, well, wait a minute, I don't understand how that works. So hopefully that's helpful. So what is a two-pronged prompt strategy? We want to get cited and we want to get recommended. So you've got two strategies that you're going to go after. First is earning citations. Like I said before, you're going to create content, whether it's on LinkedIn or YouTube or your website or on a third-party site. What is the category that you're in? Do a high level, what is, fill in the blank. I created, what is an AI revenue engine? People may be like, wait a minute, I don't know what that is. Okay, why don't you go and check it out? And it's 6 different systems and they all work together. And that's how you build an AI revenue engine that drives your revenue. And again, this is optimizing for education, right? So that's prompt strategy number 1. Prompt strategy number 2 is, how do I earn recommendations? Again, the more you're cited, the more you'll get recommended, but you can also create content on LinkedIn, on wherever. Podcasts are great. If you can get on a podcast that's talking about who the best people are, where it's like, who's the top AI agency in Florida? I want an AI implementation partner that's worked with professional services organizations. Whatever it is, think about not just creating content for the top of the funnel, but also content for the bottom, okay? Which is recommendations. These are types of content that AI can use to recommend you. And third parties are where AI gets 75% of its recommendations. So the more you can go and be recommended by someone else, it will help you. So 3 questions. This is how you create your strategy for AI search. Can AI find me? Can AI understand me? And can AI trust me? Okay. How does AI find you? This is the technical part of AEO. Is your content structured? Is Google able to index it? And is it accessible to, do you have an H1 heading on every website page? Do you have an H2 subheading? Do you have the body? Those technical things are important. Do you have on your solution pages at the bottom? Super valuable. So that's, can AI find you? It's the technical piece. Can AI understand you? Is your content clear, structured, and unambiguous? AI loves a table. AI loves definitions, and AI loves FAQs, right? So they'd rather have things like that than some massive 3-page long thing, right? They want a dense paragraph. They want something in a table. They want listicles. What are the top 5 ways to drive revenue? Those are listicles. And then finally, can AI trust you? Do third parties reference your brand? Trust is built through backlinks from these third parties, media mentions, press releases. I tell this to my clients all the time. You may be like, why would I have a press release? Nobody even knows who I am. Fine. But the more press releases you have, the more news sites pick them up, the more backlinks you have to your website. I tell my clients, anytime you're doing something, do a press release, because now it's someone besides you talking about you, putting it on their site, and you'll get backlinks. Even if you have 5 followers on LinkedIn, just do it. Whenever you can publish something that is original, data that no one else has, right? Using your proprietary data, your proprietary knowledge, I love that. And then do a press release on it. So that's how you can build trust. All right. 5 pillars. Again, a framework. This is really what's going to take you from I'm invisible to I'm indispensable in AI search. The 5 pillars are: number 1, visibility. So like I said before, your schema markup, your structured content, architecture of your website. Can engines find and parse who I am, what I do, all those things? So visibility, number 1. Number 2, authority. So this is where original frameworks, like I was talking about, I love frameworks, which is great for me because AI loves frameworks too. Proprietary data, consistent publishing. It's building that deep domain expertise across channel. Third is trust. This is where your third parties come in, your media mentions, PR, your case studies. Anytime someone other than you can validate that you're great, it works in your favor. Number 4, entities. This is interesting. This is one thing that I don't think people talk enough about. AI revenue engine, right? What's an AI revenue engine? You know what? Not that many people are talking about AI revenue engines. So I want to talk about it. I want to talk about it a lot, and I want to be known for it. That's an entity. Okay. And making sure that AI associates you with some of these key entities and topics and categories that you're talking about. And then finally, measurement. You can't improve something that you don't measure. Okay. So what you want to do, and I'm going to show you how to do it, is track your prompt visibility, your citation frequency, you versus your competitors, knowing who your competitors are and are they showing up? And then how is it affecting your downstream sales? So that's the 5 pillars. Formats. So these formats are what AI loves to cite most. I've mentioned most of them: FAQs, definitions, comparison charts, features. What features does your product have versus this competitor and that competitor? Frameworks, statistics, proprietary fresh research, and tables. Now let's discuss the compounding effect. All right. So it's okay if we're starting from 0. Or we're starting from, hey, I've been out there for a long time, but nothing that I have has been optimized for AI search. That's fine. It's not built from a single piece of content. It compounds. So every asset you create feeds the next asset, and then every third party mention multiplies that visibility. So you're publishing your blog, you're publishing articles, ebooks, you're doing webinars like this one, for example, and then you're taking it and you're putting it on YouTube, and you're using a bunch of different clips from it, and you're putting it on LinkedIn. All the things that you can do to expand your reach across media. YouTube and LinkedIn and Reddit are the 3 top places where AI goes to look for experts in B2B. Third-party citations, proprietary frameworks, we've talked about that. It's a compounding effect. Okay, so building your 90-day AEO plan. This will be our part 3. I'm just checking the chat. That makes me really happy, Lisa, that you said that one of my LinkedIn posts was cited. That's great. So it means I'm doing a few things right. I'm actually going to show you my own 90-day AEO plan, which I started on August 1st. I'm going to show you what I plan to do. And in 3 months, we can see how I performed. So let's go on to part 3, building your 90-day plan. All right. This is a worksheet. You guys are going to get one that's a lot nicer along with this deck to your email. Okay. The bottom line is this is the foundation of your personalized 90-day roadmap. The first thing to do is define your ICP. An ICP, for those of you that don't know, is an idealized customer profile. Like if I could pick my top client that's giving me the most money I've ever gotten and loves me beyond belief, and I'm exactly the solution for their pain point, who is that person? Who is that company? Their industry, their role, their company size, their key pain points. As a leader in your company, you should know your top ICPs. So number one, who's your top ICP? Number two, what would that ICP ask ChatGPT, right? List 5 thought leadership prompts and 5 commercial intent prompts. Okay. Or do what I did, which is if you've been working with ChatGPT for a long time, it knows me and it knows my website and it knows all my content. I just was able to go in and say, hey, give me 10 thought leadership prompts and 10 commercial intent prompts. Use my website, use my LinkedIn, use my YouTube, add the links, and here are a bunch of other places. And it did. Step 3, your competitors. Go into AI with these prompts and see who comes up, especially the commercial intent prompts. Who is AI recommending? You may be surprised, and maybe people that you hadn't even heard of before, but it's important to know who those people are because then you can see what they're doing and you can do it better, right? Document the results. You've got your ICP, you've got your prompts. Now you know who your competitors are according to ChatGPT and Claude. Step 4, what content do you have today? What blog posts do you have? What videos do you have? What small things can you do so that I can actually search them? Add an FAQ section to every blog at the bottom. Turn your headings into questions. Small little things that you can do that will make a big difference. Step 5, what third-party proof exists today? Google yourself. Google your competitors. Where are they being talked about? Go into ChatGPT and see where it's citing things. 75% are from third-party sites, 25% are from your peers talking about themselves on social media and their websites. Go there and see what the process would look like for you to be mentioned. Like I said, I'm a HubSpot partner. You don't have to use HubSpot. It launched its AEO tool and it's $50 a month and anybody can use it if you are a HubSpot client. Using its marketing platform, you get it for free. There are other tools out there. SCM Rush is one of them. Uber Suggest is one of them. You can even go and ask Google Overviews, who are the top 10 AEO tools, or you can manage it yourself. I'm a small agency. There's only one of me. I really like having a tool because it guides me through the process. So track, number 1, see how often your brand appears across ChatGPT, Gemini, and Perplexity, including share of voice, sentiment, and competitor visibility. I put the prompts in. I put in my top 20 prompts. HubSpot will tell me, here's your competitors. Here's who AI is citing as your competitors. And here's how many times they get mentioned. And here's how many times you get mentioned. And by the way, if it's 0, no problem. You're just getting started. Number 2, understand. Now that you've got something tracking your prompts, and it could be you, go in there and do the same process once a month and see how you're improving. Identify prompts, sources, URLs, and content types. What are the content types? Is it a blog? Is it a LinkedIn article? Is it a YouTube video? What are the content types that the AI is sourcing? Number 3, active. They love listicles like the top 10 blah, blah, blahs. Do a top 10, right? You're going to see, hey, I'm 0% or I'm 10% or I'm 50% share of voice. And you're going to turn whatever the gaps are into prioritized actions. For example, I'm not showing up for the prompt, what is answer engine optimization? So what do? I create a blog on what is answer engine optimization. Then I do a webinar and I put it on YouTube. Now I'm where AI is looking, the top places that it looks, and I'm talking about answer engine optimization, right? So start doing that. Like I said, I'm a fan of using a tool. I love HubSpot because I'm a HubSpot partner, but whatever tool you want to use, just have them track, understand, act methodology. This is your roadmap, this one-page roadmap together with everything I've shared with you. It gains momentum I say 90 days because it'll start to gain momentum at 90 days when you're focusing on it. But guys, it could take 180 days. Okay. But I guarantee you, if you start focusing on it today, you will start to see momentum, even if it's one of the 10 things that you focus on every week. Okay. So days 1 through 30, build the foundation. So audit your content, restructure key pages with FAQs. All right. That's the first thing you can do that actually will add value. Build some definition pages, create a framework that you talk about and talk about it everywhere, and establish your baseline visibility scores. And when I say visibility score, it's how many times do you come up when you ask different prompts in AI versus your competitors? Okay. And establish your baseline. Is it 0? Is it 10%? Is it 20%? Whatever it is. Then your next phase is gaining authority. Publish industry and comparison pages, launch your content sub. I always called it resources on a website, and it would have everything from ebooks to articles to blogs to videos. Have a content hub. AI loves that. So does Google. That's the best practice. Start using video and podcast content. Again, you can do your own videos like I'm doing today, but try to get on other people's podcasts. Activate your LinkedIn thought leadership cadence, and then start to initiate PR and media outreach. And then phase 3, earn trust. So this is where you're publishing original research, you're doing original data, partner with someone else, then you get access to their audience, launch proprietary frameworks. Oh my God, if you can get a speaking slot, fabulous, at a virtual conference or anywhere else. Go out to 30 people and say, hey, I just launched something. Will you reference it on your LinkedIn and share a link to my website? People will do that for you, especially if they're in your network. And now all of a sudden you've got other people talking about you, and then measure. All right, we're at 2:00. There are 2 links here, the AO playbook that has everything I just talked about, but written down, that you'll love. You'll get this deck. You can click on the link and it'll take you to the playbook. And anytime you want to give me a call, you can call me. Okay. I hope you got a lot of really valuable content out of it, and look forward to seeing you on the next one. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.